Good afternoon to all of you. The mood on ADCB Court 1 at the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open at 4:23 p.m. is totally electric. What seems to be one of the most captivating stories of the whole tournament is only seconds away. You are right where you should be if you enjoy tennis, the tales of tenacity, rising stars against established titans, and the unpredictable nature of doubles. Our quarterfinal matchup may appear to be a straightforward seeding battle on paper, but it's actually a meeting of two whole different worlds. The season battle-toughened pairing of Cristina Buxa of Spain and Shuai Zhang of China is the number 2 seed on one side of the net. These athletes are well versed in navigating the perilous waters of the WTA Tour. The locker room is envious of Zhang's level of court skill and technique as a multiple Grand Slam doubles winner. The favorites are them. In this equation, they are the giants. However, the narrative of the day is located on the opposite side. The people in the UAE have fallen in love with our Southeast Asian ideal team. Indonesia's Janice Tjen and the Philippines' Alexander Eala. The success of this relationship was not even assured. Nevertheless, opponents are perplexed when they burst through the draw and play with daring, high-octane enthusiasm. This is a headline inside a headline. Despite not being rested or fresh, Alex Eala appears to be driven only by adrenaline as he enters the court. She battled through a 3-hour epic in the singles draw just hours ago, literally earlier today, and defeated Aleksandra Sasnovich after overcoming an utter marathon. She hasn't had much time to heal. She ought to have heavy legs. She ought to be mentally spent. However, she is back out here, holding the racket, taping up the ankle, and standing shoulder to shoulder with Tjen in an attempt to advance to the semifinals. Can the season's second seeds be defeated by a youthful Southeast Asian pairing? Can Eala overcome her physical exhaustion with her momentum? Or will Zhang and Buxa's tactical prowess be the barrier that ultimately puts an end to the Cinderella run? The sun is starting to set. On ADCB Court 1, the players are prepared as the shadows get longer. It's the quarterfinal. This is your in-depth coverage of Eala and Tjen versus Zhang and Buxa. Now let's get started. We must dissect everything we have seen over the past 48 hours in Abu Dhabi in order to fully comprehend the significance of this match. This is more than simply a game of tennis. It is the meeting point of professional paths. Since their run to this quarterfinal has been nothing short of spectacular, let's start with the underdogs. Janice Tjen and Alexa. These are two of the most promising names in Southeast Asian women's tennis. Naturally, Eala is a junior Grand Slam champion, a graduate of the Rafael Nadal Academy, and a player who meets Filipino expectations with a grace well beyond her 20 years of age. Tjen, the exceptional Indonesian player who developed her skills in the fierce American collegiate tennis environment at Pepperdine, brought a totally new style, aggressiveness, and net knowledge. Chemistry was the issue when they were partnered. Placing two skilled ball strikers on the same side of the court is only one aspect of doubles. It has to do with geometry. It has to do with instinct. It involves being aware of your partner's movements before they even take a step. And the response to those queries was demonstrated in a round of 16 matchup with Kristina Linovic and Leylah Fernandez. It was a difficult draw. Fernandez is a singles Grand Slam finalist. Among the most accomplished doubles players of her time is Menovic, a former global leader in this field. It sent a shockwave through the draw for Eala and Tjen to defeat a team of that caliber by winning that 10 super tiebreak 10-6. It declared that they weren't only there to take part. Their purpose is to compete. However, let's discuss the elephant, or maybe the marathon, in the room. Without talking about Alex's current physical condition, we are unable to evaluate this match. These WTA 500 events have an extremely demanding schedule. It never stops. Eala played a match against Sasnovich earlier today that would have broken a lesser player. She had fallen. She had left. The script was prepared for her departure. She nevertheless drew into a reservoir of mental toughness that is typically reserved for the top 10. She solidified that victory. According to science, her glycogen stores are now physiologically exhausted. She has suffered damage to her fast-twitch muscle fibers. There wasn't much time for recovery between the match point and this doubles match's warm-up. Probably enough time for a quick cold bath, a meal, some physical therapy, and joint retaping. She's working in the red zone. Tennis, however, is both physically and psychologically demanding. A player who survives a near-death encounter in singles sometimes takes an air of invincibility into their doubles match, a phenomena we frequently observe in tournaments. There is no longer any pressure. She has already won the day's biggest prize. She's on the loose. She is unsafe since she is hanging freely. Tjen and Buxa may be setting themselves up for failure if they believe they can outlive her. For the next 2 hours, Eala's dopamine high will be able to cover up her discomfort and exhaustion. Let's now turn our attention to the opposite side of the internet because the Southeast Asian pair is facing a huge obstacle. We are examining Tjen and Christina Baca, the number 2 seeds. For now, let's concentrate on Shui Zhang. You are familiar with her if you are a doubles student. This player won the trophy at the Australian Open. The US Open has been won by her. She has been placed at the very top of the sports rankings. Opponents find Zhang's composure on the court disconcerting. She is not alarmed. She has witnessed every trick play, twist, and formation. Her best weapon is her ability to read serve returns, poach at the net, and basically coach her partner through the match in real time. Tjen will try to slow down the game against a young, dynamic duo like Eala and Tjen. She'll make use of the acute angles and the lob. She will make an effort to break the rhythm that Tjen and Eala thrive on. Along with Christina Buxa, her partner. The Spaniard is among the tour's most dependable and strong ball strikers. She can pin opponents far behind the baseline with her strong top spin. They easily defeated the Kochenik twins, a well-known doubles team, with a scoreline of 6-1, 6-4 in their previous round. That outcome provides us with all the information we require. They are knowledgeable, effective, and energy efficient. During the 3 hours that Eala was struggling for her life, Tjen and Buxa were probably sleeping, drinking water, and watching videos, and a third set or a match tiebreak, they are the newer team. A significant statistical advantage is that freshness. How does this unfold tactically on ADCB Court 1? The court surface in Abu Dhabi is a hard court with a medium speed. In addition to rewarding aggressive shot-making, it permits defense. Eala and Tjen must make this a gunfight if they want to prevail. They can't afford to engage in protracted tactical rallies where Tjen can take them apart piece by piece thanks to her experience. They must let loose. At the net, look for Janice Tjen. Her reflexes are remarkable. Tjen was aggressively crossing the center line during the match against Fernandez and Linovic, cutting off balls and forcing mistakes. She must repeat that action today. She must be the one causing the disturbance. Her role is to cause havoc so Eala can finish points with her powerful lefty forehand. Because the spin is continually coming from a different angle, opponents find it extremely difficult to defend against that lefty-righty combination. To create space for Tjen's interceptions, Eala's left-handed serve out wide on the ad court will be a vital tool. Conversely, Tjen and Buxa will probably go after Eala's movements. If I were coaching the second seeds, I would have a straightforward strategy. Give Alex a run. Test her legs, lob her, drop shoot her, and make her make a sudden direction change. Her footwork will be the first area where weariness manifests. She won't be able to produce that hallmark power, and unforced errors will begin to appear if she is half a step late arriving at the ball. We also need to discuss the crowd factor. Here we are at Abu Dhabi. There is a sizable expat population here. The Filipino community in particular is quite active. In the singles play, we witnessed the roar following each point, the flags, and the chants. It felt more like a home tie in Manila than a neutral location. For Eala and Tjen, that energy is a material resource. Hearing that wall of sound can help you get through when you're exhausted and your legs hurt. Buxa and Tjen are experts. Although they add a layer of pressure, they are accustomed to angry crowds. They have more than 2 opponents to contend with. They are acting in opposition to the mood. The serve and return will be the most important contest to watch over the opening 20 minutes. Early protection of their service games is necessary for both teams. Momentum changes in doubles in an instant. Every deuce point is an instant death point due to the no-ad scoring rule. This favors a brave, but also favors experienced. Thousands of these abrupt death points have been played by Tjen. She is adept at managing her nerves. When the pressure from the scoreboard increases, are Eala and Tjen able to perform with poise? Not to mention the significance of a victory in this case. It's business as usual for Tjen and Buxa. Another semi-final is another chance to win a championship. However, a WDA 500 semi-final represents a pivotal point in Eala and Tjen's careers. A partnership is justified by it. It greatly raises their rating, providing them with direct access to larger competitions and possibly even Grand Slams as a team in the future. There is a hunger gap. Because they had more to gain, the underdogs frequently desired more. However, desire is insufficient to win tennis matches. Execution does. Take note of the body language as we examine the warm-up conclusion. Alex Eala is bouncing on her toes in an attempt to maintain an elevated heart rate and prevent her muscles from cooling down. She is kept interested by Janice Tjen's conversation. They appear loose. They appear prepared. Tjen and Buxa are deliberate, stoic, and practicing their volleys with surgical accuracy over the net. It's ice versus fire. It's the difference between young enthusiasm and seasoned calculation. The opening set will be very important. The audience will erupt and the momentum could turn into an avalanche that sweeps the seeds away if Eala and Tjen can get a head start. However, this afternoon could end quickly if Tjen and Buxa start off quickly, calm the audience, and reveal Eala's weariness. I'm especially curious to watch how Tjen responds to Buxa's strong top spin. Tjen prefers to go ahead or embrace the baseline. Players may be pushed back by Buxa's hefty ball. The Southeast Asian pair loses formation if Tjen is pushed back, leaving holes that Tjen can take advantage of. They have to maintain the line. They have to play tennis using their front foot. We're prepared to leave. Time is the umpire's name. The players are assuming their positions. Court 1 at ADCB is humming. It's more than just a quarterfinal. It's a character test. It's an endurance test. Additionally, it is a demonstration of the growing influence of Asian tennis. Hold on tight. This is going to be an interesting competition. Thus, the scene is prepared. On the court, all of the variables are displayed. We have the fatigue element, the experience disparity, the tactical struggle between the traditional doubles formation and lefty-right, and the indisputable power of the fans. The fact that an all-Southeast Asian combination is in the quarterfinals of a prestigious WDA 500 event is a win in and of itself for the area, regardless of the outcome we are about to witness. It indicates a change. It demonstrates how the Philippines and Indonesia are producing world-class talent that can compete with the best in Europe and China. This will be the tournament's biggest narrative if Eala and Tjen succeed. Eala had 2 wins in one day, and Tjen had a breakthrough. It will be a masterclass in professionalism and the lasting benefits of experience on the professional tour if Tjen and Buxa win. It's almost time for the first serve. Now, I'll send you down to the court commentary team, but pay close attention to the first 3 games. That will provide us with comprehensive information regarding Tjen's strategy and Alex's level of energy. Enjoy the game for the time being from the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open studio. This is the best kind of tennis. Raw, erratic, and intensely competitive. We'll see you at the post-match breakdown on the other side. Stay put.